Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about the common types of visas that Africans can use to migrate to New Zealand. Let me categorically state that I am not an agent, I'm not an immigration advisor, and every information I put out here is based on personal research and experience. So make sure you always confirm via the New Zealand immigration website. That's immigration.government.nz. That the government is govt gov.nz, immigration.gov.nz. So straight away, what are the common types of visas that you can use? Now there are many visa categories, all right, and my focus is for Africans willing to relocate. So I'm just going to focus on a few. And today we're going to start off with straight to residence visa. What is a straight to resident visa? A straight to residence visa is one that allows you to land the country as a resident. And that's very beautiful because your length of stay will be indefinite and the processing time is usually short, within 3 months. 80% of the applications gotten are resolved within 3 months, so you can get a decision within 3 months. The age restriction is 55 years, so if you're 55 and younger, you can apply for this particular visa. So what are the conditions? Now, the conditions to apply for this visa, first of all, is that you must be aged 55 and younger. I've said that already. Second is that you must be working for an accredited employer or have a job offer from one. Now, in New Zealand, there's something called accredited employer. Not every organization, not every company is an accredited employer. In fact, a vast majority of companies in New Zealand are not accredited employers. So you have to make sure that if you're trying to get a job offer from abroad, you must be speaking with an accredited employer. And how can you know if the employer is accredited or not? It's simple. When you go to the immigration website, you can just type accredited employer on the search bar and it will give you a link to check for all the employers that are accredited. So you can just check that at a glance. It's quite easy. Now let's continue with the conditions. You must we've talked about accredited employer. Now you have to be offered a green list tier 1 job. If you also want to know the jobs that are on a tier 1 green list, you can check online. Just type green list New Zealand to show you the categories of jobs that fall under green list, and it has to be a tier 1. So there under green list we have tier 1, tier 2. So you need to make sure that your job is a tier 1 job and it has to be full-time. Now you must speak and understand English, so you might be required to provide an English test if you're not from certain countries. In fact, I dare say that all Africans might have to prove their English via the English test. So it could be IELTS, it could be PTE. Just make sure you have that test. All right. So other conditions that would apply for this particular visa is that you must be in good health. So you're going to have to run a medical test to ensure that you are properly fit. Then you must be of good character. So you're going to have to provide police report for every country that you have lived for over a year. Now you have to have genuine relationship with your partner and your dependent children if you're including them. The beauty of this visa is that you can include your partner and your children to come with you. Okay, so it's the good thing, but you need to prove that you have a genuine relationship with them. So this can be for your partner, it can be shared bills, that you live together since you've got married, your children's birth certificates that shows your name and all of that. So those are the conditions. And let me state that the New Zealand immigration has every right to deny a visa if they feel like there is falsification of documents or there's no genuine intent for what you said you want to do. So the fact that you have a job with an accredited employer does not mean that you will get the visa. So take note of that. Now, what are the documents that you need to apply? They're simple. You need your passport, your international passport, then your photograph. That's one acceptable photograph. You need an evidence of your medical examination. That would include an x-ray, chest x-ray. You need police clearance certificate, like I've mentioned. You need your evidence that you can speak English. You need the evidence of that job offer in a green list tier 1 job with an accredited employer. And you need your documents, that's your what do I mean by documents? Your certificate, your school certificates that you have available. And if you're including your children and your partner as well, you need to show documents that prove your relationship with them, as well as their own IDs, passport, and all of that. So that is that. Make sure that you do your own research on this particular visa. I think the most important thing here, okay, the cost of the visa, I didn't mention the cost. The cost of the visa is 6,450 New Zealand dollars. The most interesting thing about this visa is the fact that it allows you to stay indefinitely, and you can include your family's independence. Family and dependence is usually just your spouse and your children. But the challenge with this visa, with getting this visa, is finding an accredited employer from overseas. So if you want to come with this visa, you need to do a lot of work. First of all, you can use websites like Seek to find jobs, and you can filter with by checking if the employer is accredited or not. I wish you best of luck, and till I see you in my next one. Bye for now.